So it looks like At Home is going to be the next store to give us a Halloween drop.
Well, hello again, ghouls and goblins, and welcome back to the channel. In today's spooky video, we're going to talk about At Home's Halloween 2026 update. That's right, we got halfway to Halloween from Home Depot this week. Hobby Lobby started putting pumpkins on store shelves, and it looks like next up it's going to be At Home. It's going to give us a Halloween drop as halfway to Halloween is quickly approaching here in the month of April. Now, there's a lot that's popped up here in the last few days on At Home's website. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss why At Home is most likely going to be the next drop for spooky season 2026. How's it look? There's only one way to find out, and that's to join me if you dare.
I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. Take that! Join the spooky club.
Halloween Saturday. 3 outrageous hours of fright for you treaters and you tricksters. Renowned out all night, empty nest, nurses and sisters.
Now that's scary.
Dreyfus ends up at the nurses. Hammer's magic hits the screen. It's a nice, so wild and frightening.
It's a Hammer Halloween.
So beware, but be there. Don't be scared away. Halloween Saturday.
Now, a few days ago, out of curiosity, I hopped over to the At Home website to see if there was any mention of Halloween merchandise on the website yet. Now, as early as last week when I visited the At Home website, the results said no results found for Halloween. However, on Wednesday, when Home Depot gave us their halfway to Halloween sale and put some of the animatronics available, Thursday morning, At Home's website showed this. It showed 28 results for Halloween merchandise. Now keep in mind, none of this is technically Halloween merchandise yet, but it did change from 0 results found to now the search engine is showing that they're acknowledging Halloween. Now keep in mind, most of it is like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff and teddy bears and all of that stuff. And it looks like kind of a holdover from last year, the little skeleton pillow throw that was all the rage for like the last 2 or 3 years. That's on clearance right now, as well as a coffee mug set for your kitchen and simple items. But it does seem to be a positive sign that At Home now has Halloween merchandise popping up on the website. I know At Home is normally one of the earliest stores that gets Halloween. I believe last year in 2025, At Home had it in store as early as late May or early June, and I believe the website last year started dropping around the beginning of May. So as we're approaching halfway to Halloween, I'm assuming that At Home definitely has something cooking here in the Witch's Cauldron to change the status from no results found to 28 results found. So sound off in the comments below and let me know when you think At Home is going to be releasing their Halloween, or if it's not Halloween, is At Home gearing up to put a Summerween collection online to show us what they're going to have for that, because I definitely think a lot of people are going to be getting on board with Summerween again this year. As a matter of fact, Good Morning America, when Home Depot did their halfway to Halloween sale on Wednesday, Good Morning America did a news segment on Halloween in April.
Forget Christmas in July? How about Halloween in April? Elizabeth Schulze is back with a major retailer who says it's never too early.
And it will be interesting to see what At Home brings this year, because At Home always has the groundbreakers and all of that stuff that everyone enjoys seeing. And At Home is one of the highlights these days for Halloween lovers, because their collection is unrivaled. It's unmatched by almost any store now. They have aisles upon aisles of all of this stuff, so I can't imagine what we're going to be in for as Halloween just keeps getting more and more. I even hate to use the word trendy, but Halloween is definitely becoming more trendy and mainstream these days. But I'm still hoping for a return to the vintage stylings this year, so here's hoping that a lot of these retail stores, at home included, has realized that a lot of us Halloween lovers and collectors definitely want some of the old school stuff, traditional orange and black. You know, Target's been bringing it hard every year with the vacuum forms. Target is probably, I'm going to say, the second best, right there with At Home the last few years, of keeping it somewhat retro, somewhat spooky, while other stores have been following the, you know, Instagram trends of Halloween, if you will. So that's kind of my take on it. I definitely think that At Home is gearing up to give us something good.
Happy Halloween from CBS.
So at this point, it definitely seems like it's going to be a foot race of who's going to be next. Now, I mentioned in one of the early videos here on the channel that I had spoken to someone at Cracker Barrel, and they said that they were expecting crackerbarrel.com to start releasing Halloween merchandise online in April. Now, Cracker Barrel, of course, always has a great selection of blow molds. They're one of the highlights every year for me, seeing which blow molds they're going to have. They have the Haunted House blow mold, the Wicked Witch blow molds. They definitely come hard with their blow mold game, so it'll be interesting to see if they're next up also. And then we've got to touch base, of course, on Walmart, because Walmart last year being the biggie with Summerween. If you go over to the walmart.com website or the Walmart app and type in Summerween right now, you're going to get a lot of stuff like t-shirts and beach towels and, of course, the Gravity Falls book, which is where the term Summerween came from. But the fact that there's a search result for that on Walmart is probably a good sign that they are coming soon with the Summerween merchandise also. And if you go to Google and you go to AI mode and you type in Walmart Summerween 2026, it does appear that it's been renewed for another year of Summerween, as well as Michael's, even though if you type in Michael's Summerween or Goth Collection for 2026, the AI search results for Michael's is more or less still giving us last year's results of stuff like Dead Regency and the Alice in Wonderland collection and everything that was from last year. But it is worth noting that on the Michael's website right now, they only have 2 current collections available in store, and normally they have like 2 or 3 or 4 collections available. So the fact that they only have 2 right now, I'm thinking is probably because by halfway to Halloween, they're going to drop a spooky goth Summerween collection. Here's hoping that it's just not all the pastels like the hippie collection like we've had the last 2 years with the disco ghost and the disco balls and all of that stuff. I can get on board with Kisses I Was Made for Loving You, but I just can't get on board with it for my Halloween. So I definitely think that those are the stores that are coming next with Halloween merch.
Happy Halloween from KFDA.
And don't look now, but it looks like Spencer's this year is getting in on the Summerween action as well. As we can see, they've got 3 different decor pieces to choose from. A ghost with a flamingo floaty, a bikini, and an umbrella.
Now also, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, all of those stores last year definitely came hard with the Summerween merchandise. We had the ghosts riding the bicycle. We had like the ghosts eating the ice cream cones. We had Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein basically wearing beach wear, and they were on inner tube floats like they were going to be in the pool. There was the Summerween candles, just to name a few things that I remember at all of the stores last year. So I'm assuming eventually those stores have got to be coming soon now that Easter, as Creepster, as I refer to it here on the channel, is out of the way. So I think in the next month, the way it's going to go is first, I think we're going to get At Home, then we're going to get Michael's, then I think we're going to get Walmart's Summerween collection, and then I think everybody else is going to start rolling in with the Summerween merchandise. And I think by June, we're going to be rolling straight in to Halloween merchandise. So sound off in the comments below and let me know which stores you think are coming next. Me personally, I definitely think it's going to be At Home And Lowe's probably too, because Lowe's is going to be wanting to compete with Home Depot. So I think it's only a matter of time before Lowe's gives us a drop too with their animatronics. And Spirit Halloween, will they or won't they? Will they have their grand opening at the Egg Harbor Township this summer like they do most years? I believe they missed it last year if I'm not mistaken. But will it happen this year? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Spirit Halloween is coming hard with a lot of animatronics this year also. And they just released more merchandise on their website also, showing some of their indoor decor. Now, they already gave us some of their animatronic leaks earlier in the year. A few days ago, they were giving us a look at some of their items that are going to be available, like little tabletop pieces and stuff like that. I believe there's like a pink ghost face that's available this year. So lots of cool drops happening this past week, just in time for halfway to Halloween.
Happy Halloween from WTHR.
All right, so that's just my ramblings and my thoughts, and I thought I'd share all of that with you all because, like I said at the beginning of the week last week, At Home's website had no mention of Halloween, and now they're acknowledging that they have 28 quote-unquote Halloween items, though technically they're not Halloween items except for the pillow and the kitchenware. So sound off in the comments below. Let me know if you think that At Home is going to be next. And I'll be covering all of these in store as the story progresses. So if you're new here and you like this type of content, I do all things spooky, Halloween, holiday related, and retro related here on Derek Blackheart's Spooky Club. So how about slashing that subscribe button and joining the club and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss any live streams, any premieres, any shorts, anything here on the channel, because we have lots of spooky fun here, so you don't want to miss a beat of the spooky action. And until next time, I'll see you on the dark side.
The dark side is always there, waiting for us to enter, waiting to enter us. Until next time, try to enjoy the daylight.